Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. What a fantastic audience you are. I'm assuming? I don't know. I'm sure you're great and out of other things to watch. So thank you for tuning into this. This is what we're doing. This is Comedy for No One. This is what we're trying to do so that we can keep that little thing on our Facebook that says works at stand-up comedy. Very, very important. I don't want my mother to keep sending me brochures for ITT Technical Institute. I don't want to do gun repair, Mom. I don't. I do not want to do gun repair. But this is what we're doing. You know, a lot of us are out of work. A lot of us have nothing else to do. I was a full-time comedy producer and booker before quarantine, and now I'm just doing this, basically. That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. But it's cool, you know, it's really good. I actually like doing these, like, you know, videos and online shows and stuff. It's a lot of fun. Because at first, like months ago, when we first went into quarantine, I had no idea what was going to happen. Everybody said, we'll just do online shows. But I'm like, well, what is that? Like, what does that look like? Because I'm like, is everybody just going to do their same material, but for no one, just like to their phone? Like, that seems weird. And then I thought about it, my material, I can't do that online, and I can't do it during quarantine, because almost all of my material is just about having anonymous sex with random closeted straight men that I meet in public places. And it seems irresponsible now, you know? Not because of their unsuspecting wives at home, but because of COVID. Like, I'm still a whore, but I'm not a monster. You know what I mean? But it's nice, it's been pretty cool. One thing I do enjoy about quarantine is all of the quarantine-specific marketing that's happening. There's a lot of that. I remember months ago when we started quarantine, I was like, when am I going to see my first quarantine commercial? And it happened really fast. And the first one I saw was for Michelob Light Beer, where it was just a woman chilling on her couch with her dog, drinking a can of beer. And I guess like the idea is like, this is the best possible beer to drink alone with your dog. Spoiler alert, every beer is the best beer to drink alone with your dog. I don't know if you know that. Any alcohol is the best alcohol to drink alone if you believe in yourself. And also, it's beer in a can, you're probably alone. You know what I mean? No offense if you're at home drinking a lovely can of beer right now. I'm very lucky though. I actually have not been alone during quarantine. I've been quarantined with my partner, which is great. We've been together for 10 years. All just in the past 4 months. It's been really good, really nice. Our entire life has just become one never-ending Netflix and chill. Although we do like to switch it up, we like to keep it interesting. Some days it's Netflix and chill. Some days it's Hulu and stress eat everything in the fridge. Some days it's Disney Plus and quietly contemplate if these are the end times. You know, we like to keep it fresh, keep it interesting, you know, keep it moving. There are a few things I do like about quarantine though. Like first, everybody's on my schedule now, which I am enjoying. Everybody just sleeps till noon every day and they wear their pajamas until dinner and they only talk to each other on Nintendo Switch, which is fantastic. I had no idea I had been self-isolating for the past 20 years. I just thought I was depressed. So it's nice to know that I was actually just super responsible and way ahead of the game. You're welcome. Another thing I do like about quarantine is I actually do kind of like wearing the mask because, of course, ninjas are cool, but also because I, first of all, know that you can tell it's me even with my face completely covered. Like, I have curated a look for myself that you do not have to see much of me to know it's me. Like, I'm like a Hanna-Barbera character. Like, even with all of the facial features obscured or removed, you know, oh, that's Snagglepuss. Like, you can tell. Like, you can just tell. You don't have to see my face to know. And also, if you're meeting me for the first time and you're asking yourself, like, is this guy Michael Furr that I'm just meeting attractive, seeing my face will only confuse that. You know what I mean? I mean, seeing my body will also confuse it, but we're talking about the face right now. But seeing my face will only confuse it. Like, I'm sort of like, I would rather just be like hidden in the shadows and trying to beguile you with my personality, like a Cyrano de Bergerac, like trying to woo you with my words and thoughts. Except instead of a big nose, I just have the general grossness associated with being a man in his 40s. Because that's when we start to slowly die and rot from the inside out. quarantine is still happening. It's very upsetting, but I just urge anybody watching this to please stop acting like quarantine is over just because you want it to be over. I get it. It's not ABC's The View. Like, I get it. Like, you're like, it's been on too long. It's been going on too long. I hate it. I want it to be over. Why isn't it over yet? I get it. It's not over. And also, I see my friends and people in my life who are saying that they want to just go back to normal life, screw the consequences. And I would really like to see the data and a Venn diagram that overlaps people who want quarantine to be over right now and people who hate their family. Because I think it's mostly just the middle part where they meet, I think is really what it is. Like, I get that you hate your kids, Steve, but also, like, don't kill my grandma because of it. You know what I mean? It's fine. My grandma's actually been dead since the 80s, so it's fine. But the other thing I really do like about quarantine, I will say this, is that we have learned that a few things that we always assumed were true are definitely true. Like, this has definitely brought some things to light that we had assumed but weren't sure of, and now we know for a fact. And I think paramount of those is anybody who goes to Florida for spring break is one of the worst people on earth, right? Now we know it to be true. We didn't get to have Gay Pride this month, but just on a personal note, I would like to say, please support gay artists, especially ones of color. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. My name is Michael Furr, and why don't you just click through, just watch the next one. Thank you all. Thanks.